summary of events for the city of Damascus and its countryside. Starting from Jobber, that has been exposed to shelling with mortars since the morning, as smoke was seen billowing from the area, while in برزة, al-Assad forces existing in Tishrin military hospital fired explosive shells from an anti-aircraft gun at the top of the hospital. Clashes between the Free Army and the al-Assad forces took place close to Al-Abbasiyin Square, and in القابون, activists observed a number of al-Assad forces at al-Bلد and the Syrianix barriers as the neighborhood was bombed with mortars. Random arrests still occur in الصناعة because of a temporary barrier in front of the vegetable shop. It was noted that the barrier targets in most cases college students and young men without looking at their IDs, and over 10 arrests were recorded today as masked men pointed at passing people so al-Assad forces would arrest them. And it is said that every arrested person would get beaten up severely by security in front of passing people. Al-Assad forces permanently blocked the road connecting al-Sana'a and Wel'a, passing by the cemetery from the other direction of Bilal Mosque as they stopped a closed Volkswagen across the street. As for the Yarmouk camp in the south of the capital, clashes between the Free Army and the al-Assad forces renewed in the outskirts of the city hall in Palestine Street and reached the area of the 5th dispensary. Several mortars were reported to have fallen on Al-Jaounia Street in Solo Net Alley specifically, and the damage was only in materials, as fierce clashes took place in Bursaid area and Al-Qadam neighborhood. 3 shells hit Al-Zablatani neighborhood, the first in the meat market, the second in the herbs market, and the third at the entrance of the market overlooking Mark the 8th Tower, and several people got wounded. The towns of Yalda, Taiba, Uqayliba, Utaiba, Zamalka, and Al-Zabadani were exposed to heavy shelling that caused injuries among people, including children, as military flight bombed the eastern Ghouta. Al-Assad forces raided several houses and the buildings of Musbaq Sana and الزاهرة in the pretext of searching for weapons, and no arrests were reported. A mass grave was found in Al-Mleha containing the bodies of 14 martyrs that were slaughtered with knives, including 4 children and 8 women, as this grave is located near one of the security barriers. It was also reported that a couple of people died and others were wounded today because of the heavy shelling with mortars and rocket launchers by al-Assad forces. Cannon bombing from the 4th Brigade in the mountains renewed on the residential neighborhoods in Al-Mu'addamiyya as 4 lost their lives, including 2 children, while others were injured. 4 martyrs were also reported in Khan Shihun because of the bombing, as they are refugees from Daraya. As it's accustomed every morning, reinforcements headed today to the city of Daraya from Al-Mazda military airport, consisting of 4 tanks, 3 B&B carts, 7 cars with doshkas, with a number of ambulance cars and buses for transporting soldiers, and clashes took place in the city close to Al-Sukaina shrine. And lastly, for today, 2 Scott rockets were launched from the Brigade 155 towards the Syrian north. Tanks, 3 B&B carts, 7 cars with doshkas, with a number of ambulance cars and buses for transporting soldiers, and clashes took place in the city close to Al-Sukaina shrine. And lastly, for today, 2 Scott rockets were launched from the Brigade 155 towards the Syrian north.